70 years ago, T was for Time Traveling Troubadour. For me, the showbiz bug bit in 5th grade, 1954. As a kid in Alliance, Ohio, I loved movies and music on the radio. Singing in the church choir gave me confidence in my voice until it changed when I was 12 years old. Just crackled once during a solo, and then those high notes were no longer available to me. I quit singing, except when alone. But I listened hard. Every new song on the AM Top 40 was on rinse and repeat when possible. It was a skip and a hop from Perry Como and Patti Page to Little Richard and then Elvis. My first 45 RPM purchase was Elvis on Sun, Good Rockin' Tonight with That's All Right, Mama on the flip side. The addiction to popular music had mutated over the years from precocious kid who got himself and several classmates on the radio in Alliance, Ohio, doing an ersatz sci-fi tale I had scribbled during class. My imagined time machine and 6 of my 5th grade classmates helped the Wright brothers get the first flight off the ground, and back to 1954 before school was out. Architects can build anything with pencil and paper. Writers can build worlds with it if they can imagine it, or failing that, use other writers' ideas and just go on from there. There are reasons you remember a book or film, but not the author's name or the title, seldom the writer. Authors are a dubious bunch to begin with. They want to tell stories to people about other people, which is fine. Spoken history is key to understanding the past and the far future. They want their own personal privacy. They also want to be as overpaid as movie stars and top athletes. Fame, yes, but fame on their own terms without privacy concerns. And a big red balloon. Most folks call these people dreamers, to be polite. For sale, baby shoes never worn, signed in a bar by Ernest Hemingway, who advised baby writers to develop a BS detector. I used to think he meant when dealing with agents and such. Now I think it was that, plus he also meant as applied to his own writing. I think his short stories are the measure of his writing skills at their best. He was a young man living in Paris after World War I ended. Anyway, back at the point, after the school radio event, about 4 years slipped by and the family has moved to Michigan. 6 weeks after the start of school, I'm a sophomore. I got kicked off the football team for smart-mouthing the coach. From there, I wrote for the school paper. One story involved a female companion robot kit that was bought by a guy who got her into the shower with him and was electrocuted. The title, What is This Thing Called Love, seemed clever in 1959. This led to writing for the daily newspaper, reporting on the team's football games, and receiving a massive $3 check from the Muskegon Chronicle each time I pedaled my bike across the causeway on Saturdays that season from North Muskegon to deliver my typed pages. 15 years old and a paid writer, barely. Even though Elvis had been king and was now an enlisted soldier, I had all his 45 records and LP albums. If you had told me then that in 14 years I would be Wood in a band wearing a jumpsuit playing radio hits in Holiday Inns, Sheratons, and Ramada Inns across the country, I would have laughed, not least at the idea of lounges featuring live bands by these hotel chains. But suddenly it was the return of vaudeville circuits, and if your band did well at the Bismarck, North Dakota Holiday Inn, they would send you to Columbus, Ohio, and so on. For almost 3 years in the 1970s, I had no fixed address. Our 4-piece combo covered 26 states in under 2 years. It was circus rules when the circus was in town, usually for 2 weeks, lots of time to develop routes while doing the gig, usually 4 sets a night, 45/15ths and 6 nights a week, off Sundays. Time enough to develop a following, Gals smiling while they danced and danced and danced, the power of a young, untiring drummer keeping us going, whether classical or pop, musicians playing together well on music that resonates with the audience, who in turn feed the players the energy to rise above their usual level. That is where the magic lives.